Begin with some more Brawl today. Rolix Visionary Inventor is back for his Mark II iteration. I'll keep this. This is a reasonable hand. We get our Steam Vents on 1. Our Iconoclast comes down on 2. And then we start making tokens. And that is the plan of action. Where be you? Land I seek. We don't need. So, the first time I did this, I did like a tokeny plan. But this time around, I went with I think I went with creatures that made tokens, which didn't make a lot of sense. I don't think it doesn't say non-token, so I think cancel. We want that island, please. I think the plan this time is more sensible. I think the first time I looked at it, I didn't quite understand fully how we go make this work, but I think this makes more sense. So we have like our Talrands, our Mystic Visionaries, our Ovikas. We have all of those type of things that whenever you cast instant sorcery, you get a token, and the ideal is that we get all of these tokens. It will just get rid of that because that is a problem. Land for 100. Oh well, slightly worse, slightly better, I guess. Slightly worse, slightly better. Because this means they definitely get their commander next turn. I mean, they already were definitely going to get their commander next turn. Because she would have paid for the price. She can generate 2 mana of any color. Her opponent's technically down a mana, but at the same time, like, that was not a reasonable trade, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, Glade Walker. This is one of the sliver decks that I've heard about. I'm a little unnerved by it, if I'm being completely honest, because generally sliver decks don't have dinosaurs. And the fact that there are changelings in it, like, there are generally some changelings in a sliver deck, right? Because we don't have a lot of slivers on Arena. We have enough to build a competent deck, but we don't have a lot of slivers. Rude opponent. I needed that for stuff and things. And things and stuff. I'm actually going to go artifacts here. That cuts him off white mana. Star of Extinction is almost certainly going to die. Gotta be Star of Extinction. I don't think there's any other choice on it. I took a play with the purpose of mana screwing you, and Star of Extinction also does that, but does it better. Could be Burnished Hart too, just to get me off the mana, but Blur Sliver. Haste is always good. Mr. Vandal doing Vandal things. We are slowly dying to this. Hmm. Bye bye, graveyard. It's a white mana. If we get land, we're in trouble. Honestly. Yeah. So now we have to block, which means we don't get the ramp off the Burnished Heart that we would have wanted. Oh, okay. I'll take 7. Mm-hmm. That is a problem. GG. I was thinking that the attack all would be worth it because even sacrificing a sliver, the result would be a forced block, right? But it didn't really matter because even if I got the 2 lands, there wouldn't be a play that I could make that would save me unless I had the Wrath anyways, right? So, uh, getting the 2 extra mana really didn't matter too much in the long run of things. Hmm. It's important to think through the lines that people take and why they might be taken. And sometimes you can look at it and say, gotta just be a misplay, but other times you have to look at it and think, well, maybe it is the logical choice with the information presented, right? Because sometimes we take for granted the fact that um, not all information is known, right? Like, as far as our opponent was concerned, we could have had a 5 mana. Well, they knew our hand because they looked at it, right? So, gonna get me a dual land. We're setting him for an Ionize on turn 3. We need one of our token makers. That's something that we're lacking at the moment. Don't really want to lose the game yet. It's a bit of a bad matchup. I think we Burnished Hard actually. I think that's enough of a threat. Because okay. Hmm. Because it does lead to this circumstance where we have the mana to just ramp with Burnished Heart. And yes, they drew an extra card off of Crucius, but having 7 mana next turn is just way more efficient than whatever value that extra card will provide. We have to leave a stop here at the end step just to make sure. I will crack this. Get 2 islands. Guess we kill Crucius fairly soon. Alrighty then. Pick him up, opponent. Get rid of those artifacts. Okay, drawing some cards. Maybe no to that. Hmm. And set up the Rivers Rebuke for next turn. We need creatures. That is something that we do need. We'll have to deal with that problem at a later date. How's our opponent going to win the game? Are they just going to draw all the cards? I can respect that if that is the plan, but I don't know how realistic of a plan it is. I think I'm at the point where I just want to start making creatures. Okay, our opponent is done. GG, opponent. Very cool game. Sabaton is cool, by the way. With their username, and it is the name of a band that does historical heavy metal rock. Very nice band. Like some of their songs a lot. I haven't listened to much of their songs, I suppose, but what I have heard is very cool. I do approve. On to game 2. We're being smack with Gabriel Solberg. Another respectable trade. This is actually game 3. My memory. Keep a guess. I don't want to go down to 6. We will grab our where be you? Where be you? Bets. Enter the battlefield tapped. I don't know. This is one of the fetch line problems. I guess I do it. It doesn't matter too much. Gabriel's not going to come down. Maybe use a removal spell on the third path iconoclast. It's a removal spell that doesn't come up again later. It could in theory, but doesn't in practice. Right, Hero's downfall. We're not going to see it again. Probably. Discard 2 cards. Rose. Yeah. Key the Archive can get me a Wrath. I also need it for ramp because I am behind on cards severely. And we're only dealing with little creatures, so Anger is probably just better at the moment. We accidentally activated Tiny Bones. We are ahead of our opponent on mana, despite being ooh, goodbye Tiny Bones. I guess I don't need Anger anymore. So if we do this, we can Murmuring Mystic. And then play our line for turn. Welcome back, Tiny Bones. Is our opponent going to spend a third of their mana to cast him? No. I'm going to cast Tithing Blade, which is worse for us, I suppose. Test time? Ooh, One Ring time. How are you going to get out of this discard deck? I have Card Draw Mountain at my disposal. I have 3, 5, plus 4. Do I need 8 mana? What could cause me to need 8 mana next turn? I don't have Paradox Engine, so it doesn't have value there. I don't have. It's like an Ovika. And a 1-drop could, but the chances of that being our draws are limited, I suppose. Oh, neat. Oh, wow. Talrand, extra turn. Draw a couple more cards. Land, why not? Lose all of the life. Hmm. Huh. Sure, I'll discard land. No attack. I think I'm good. I think 7 lands should get me the job done. I don't even have to deal with the consequences of my actions. I can't believe it. Kind's Temporal Sundering just does that for me. So those are our games with the new our Mark II Orvox Visionary Inventor. One of the things I've learned is that we've never casted him this game. In the Mark I version, we cast him a lot. We didn't achieve a lot. This time we didn't cast him, and we did fairly well. But we had an opportunity here to cast him, right? Like, if we had untapped and cast him, we probably would have found another powerful spell that we could have cast for free. So, either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.